Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. Early Thursday evening, a truck fire just south of the Missouri side of the state line caused traffic to come to a standstill for miles. The Arkansas State Police reported that traffic was down to one lane for a time and that there were no injuries in the accident, and no further information is currently available. We'll bring you updates as they come to us. The City of Harrison's Water Department encourages residents to test the drinking water in their home for signs of lead, especially in older homes. Information from the city's website indicates that homes built prior to 1986, in which the plumbing system has not been updated, might be at risk, since the lead solder was commonly used in plumbing jobs prior to being banned in the Clean Water Act of 1986. To learn more, you can contact the Harrison Water Department 870-741-6382 for information on testing and ways to reduce exposure to lead in your drinking water system. Well, the Harrison Fire Department responded to a bus fire Thursday morning on Industrial Park Road. An old school bus was being hauled to a local scrap dealer by a wrecker when the area near the axle caught on fire. The fire was quickly contained, and Harrison police were also on the scene to help direct traffic. No injuries were reported in that incident. 54-year-old Jeffrey Collin of Yellville has entered a not guilty plea in Marion County Circuit Court following a domestic dispute in early May that sent both him and his wife to the county jail. Officials report that Marion County deputies were dispatched to a residence along Highway 14 South to an active physical domestic dispute. Upon arrival, they spotted 49-year-old Chelly Collin sitting in the middle of the driveway of the residence, bleeding from the right side of her head. She told officers her husband had struck her in the head with a flashlight. Jeffrey Collin was handcuffed and questioned about the dispute. He told officers the couple's argument had turned violent, and he was struck several times before hitting his wife with the flashlight. Further investigation led to both being charged with separate counts of third-degree domestic battery. Longtime Harrison businessman and philanthropist Jerry Jackson has officially announced his intention of running for mayor of Harrison in the upcoming November general election. Jackson had ran for the position in 2014 but lost by 31 votes in a runoff against current mayor Dan Sherrill, following a very contentious three-way race against the two, along with incumbent mayor at the time, Jeff Crockett. No other candidates have officially declared as of news time. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region. But first, here's this week's closing livestock report from Sammy Klein, brought to you by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Belfont.
This is Sammy Klein, State Livestock Market News Service. Reporting sale of North Arkansas livestock auction green force for Wednesday, May 30th. Cattle receipts 2132, last week 1043, year ago 1969. Compared to last week, feeders uneven, mostly steady to $5 higher. Slaughter cows and bulls steady. Feeder steers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, $180 to $2. 4 to 500 pounds, $167 to $185. 5 to 600 pounds, $153 to $172. 6 to 700 pounds, $144 to $159, with some calves at $145 to $154. Feeder heifers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, $152 to $164. 4 to 500 pounds, $143 to $157. 5 to 600 pounds, $130 to $146. 6 to 700 pounds, $130 to $135. Few 7 to 750 pounds, $120 to $124. Replacement cows, medium large ones and 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,200 pounds, second and third stage, 750 to 1,035 per head. Some 7 to 10-year-old cows, second and third stage, 55 to 60, or 700 to 735 per head. Cow calf pairs, medium large ones and 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,250 pound cows with 1 to 300 pound calves. Had a few at 1,285 to 1,400 per pair. Excuse me. Slaughter cows, boners, 53 to 57. high dress 58 to 64, lean 49 to 55, high dress 56 to 60, low dress 40 to 48. Solid bulls grades 1s and 2s, 1,000 to 1,200 pounds, 75 to 80, low dress 1 at 72. That's Mark today. Same time reporting. Thank you.
People close to a teen whose remains were recently found are raising questions about how Little Rock police handled the case. Investigators this month found the remains of 18-year-old Ebby Stepik in a drainage pipe at the Chalamont Park more than 2 years after she went missing. Stepik was living with her friend Kately Foley and her mother Margie Foley just weeks before her October 2015 disappearance. Margie Foley says she called 911 days after Stepik's disappearance, saying she and her daughter smelled decomposing materials in a storm drain near where the authorities found the teen's car. Foley also says she reminded police about the smell when authorities searched the park area in late 2016, but was brushed off by law enforcement. Well, the Arkansas Supreme Court says a man who once successfully argued to get off of death row isn't entitled to further hearings that could shorten the life sentence that he subsequently received. Jimmy Don Wooten was convicted in 1994 of the shooting death of hiker David LaSalle. Justices ruled 6-1 that Wooten waited too long to raise claims that he suffered mental problems and had a bad attorney. LaSalle died near the Long Pool Recreation Area in the Ozark Mountain Forest. Wooten had been sentenced to death, but after a review was sentenced to life without parole. And a man who destroyed a Ten Commandments monument outside of Oklahoma's state capitol was acquitted Thursday of destroying another one 3 years later outside of the Arkansas capitol. Pulaski County Circuit Judge Chris Pisa cited evidence that Michael Tate Reed suffers from mental illness in acquitting the 33-year-old. He ordered Reed to return to the state hospital in Little Rock for additional evaluation that could lead to his release. Arkansas education officials have now approved a revised set of standards for accrediting schools and school districts. The State Board of Education unanimously approved the new standards despite some members expressing concerns about the stripped-down requirements. The standards list 38 courses that schools must provide, which are all only designated as broad subject areas like English, math, and social studies. Some districts and schools will have the flexibility to decide how to operate without specific state requirements. Board Chairman Jay Barth says he's worried that heightened flexibility at the district level will create inequities throughout the state and make the requirements for schools very unclear. Heber Springs, Arkansas Police Department hopes to raise awareness about drug use through a funny Facebook post. The post claimed meth in the area had been contaminated by the Zika virus and that anyone with meth should bring it to the station to get it checked out. The post has been shared hundreds of times, but so far, police say no one has come in to drop off the methamphetamine. Before we take a look at the weather forecast as we head into the weekend, here's the way the stock market ended the week. A noisy night around the viewing area. We're talking about thunderstorms in the area. A lot of lightning and thunder, maybe a little rain, depending on where you were. And also there were reports of hail, anywhere from pea-size hail to golf ball size hail, particularly down in the southern part of Arkansas. In Stone County, down in that area, they reported up to 2.5, some places 3 inches of rain. here in the Harrison proper area, we just got a little trace of rain. Much needed this time of the year, obviously. So hopefully you got some of that rain that came through. Most of it's moving to the south and east of us, and will be out of the area. But we do have a chance on Saturday that we may get a little more. Here's the way it looks as we move through the weekend. Tomorrow looks to be a pretty nice day, but we do have a chance of afternoon thunderstorms coming back into view around 93, and obviously it's going to be a very humid day tomorrow as it was today. 50% chance of those scattered thunderstorms being in your area. Lots of sunshine on Sunday, but look at the temperature change. 83 degrees. It's going to be a gorgeous day on Sunday. Lower humidity, at least for a short period of time. Kick off the work week on Monday, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And again on Tuesday, we do have a chance of some showers and thunderstorms in the morning hours. 86 degrees, 50% chance, clearing out by Wednesday, partly cloudy skies and 89 degrees. 80s seems pretty nice, particularly low 80s since we've been in the mid to upper 90s. Boy, we just moved into summer and all of a sudden we get into the upper 90s, almost 100 degrees the other day, and the humidity has been horrendous. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Your summer starts here. With a great deal on a new Toyota, you can celebrate all the season has to offer.
Like graduations, Mother's Day, camping, family reunions, paddleboarding, hiking, the beach, fishing trips, county fairs, road trips. Me first!
During the Summer Starts Here sales event, get $2,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4. Offers end June 4th.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Summer is just around the corner, and the staff at Harness Boots and Shoes are ready with all the latest styles of tennis shoes, sandals, dress shoes, casual shoes, boots, and hiking shoes. You'll find the most popular brands such as Merrell, Birkenstock, Chaco, New Balance, and Twisted X for men, women, and children. And if you don't find the style or color you want in stock, they'll be happy to order them for you. Don't forget, $10 down will hold anything in the store on layaway. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
Join Sammy Klein Thursdays and Fridays during the TKO 8 local newscast for this week's closing livestock market report, made possible by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte. Quality Feed Grains has you covered. Everything for cattle, pets, deer, equine, poultry, seed and spray, show feed, and garden. Check their website, qualityfeedgrains.com, now for this month's special. Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte, proud sponsors of the Livestock Report with Sammy Klein on Harrison's broadcast station TKO Channel 8.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison. Summer is just around the corner, and the staff at Harness Boots and Shoes are ready with all the latest styles of tennis shoes, sandals, dress shoes, casual shoes, boots, and hiking shoes. You'll find the most popular brands such as Merrell, Birkenstock, Chaco, New Balance, and Twisted X for men, women, and children. And if you don't find the style or color you want in stock, they'll be happy to order them for you. Don't forget, $10 down will hold anything in the store on layaway. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
On any given day here at Main Street Service Center, we might be working on a Ford like's on the 4-post lift over my shoulder, or an Infiniti that's back on the back bay, or a Toyota, or a BMW, or right here a Hyundai. You just never know what's going to come into the shop and what their needs might be, but you can rest assured that at Main Street Service Center, whatever you're driving, we can take care of it for you, whether it's oil and filter changes all the way up to engine and transmission replacements. And get this, we've been in business for 29 years and there's still things that we can't do, and we're not too proud to say it. So if you bring us something and it's over our head or out of our capabilities of expertise or tools, we're not too proud to say it, because we want your vehicle fixed correctly, right, and the first time.
In sports, the fourth-ranked Arkansas Razorback baseball team is set for its 30th NCAA tournament appearance in program history this weekend, as they will take on number 4 seed Oral Roberts in the first game of the Fayetteville Regional. Along with Summit League champion Oral Roberts, number 2 seed and CUSA champion Southern Miss, as well as number 3 seed Dallas Baptist, make up the teams for the regional with the Hogs. This is the second straight year that Arkansas and Oral Roberts are in the same regional, and the third time in the last 4 years that Arkansas faces Southern Miss. Since '95, Dallas Baptist, they haven't played since 2005. Euro Muntz kept St. Louis's 5-run ninth inning with a 3-run homer, rallying the St. Louis Cardinals to a 10-8 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Francisco Silverly hit a tie-breaking 3-run homer in the 8th to give Pittsburgh an 8-5 lead, but the Pirates couldn't hold on and lost in St. Louis for the 5th time in 12 ball games. No one was less surprised that Tyler Cook decided to come back to Iowa than Coach Fran McCraffy. The biggest question now for the Hawkeyes is whether Cook's return will be enough to get them back on track after a disappointing season. Cook, who will be a junior next winter, is withdrawing from the NBA draft. He led that team last season with 15 points and 6 rebounds per game. Patrick Wisdom extended his career-long hitting streak to 16 games, but the Memphis Redbirds saw their 5-game winning streak come to an end with a 10-3 loss at the New Orleans Baby Cakes on Thursday night in New Orleans, Louisiana. A 4-3 deficit turned into a 10-3 hole in the blink of an eye as New Orleans hit 3 2-run homers in the 7th inning. Memphis gave up a total of 5 runs on 5-game winning streak. Despite the loss, Memphis has still won 11 of its last 14 ball games. Arkansas State's athletic department has announced the addition of 2 nationally televised broadcasts to the Red Wolves football schedule for the upcoming 2018 season against Tulsa and Alabama. In addition, ESPN has announced kickoff times for 4 of A-State's games this season, including its season opener against Southeast Missouri. A-State's first national broadcast of the season will come on September the 8th, when the squad travels to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to take on defending national champion, the Crimson Tide. That'll be on ESPN2. And that wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around the